as much as I'd like it to be, this is not my new car. It was just on the motorway and it was like hella cool, so I had to get some footage of it driving along. Evening guys, right, so just a very quick one. My wife and I have travelled down, we've gone to Worcester Road Motors, so I will just put them up in the background. They are a JDM car specialist. Now, as you probably just saw in the flick around there, they specialise in not so conventional Japanese cars, not something you'd necessarily expect me to buy, but we picked one up while we're here today, and yeah, it's been a long journey, too many long trips, but let's have a look at it. Oh, you asshole. So there was one in particular that we came to see, and if I'm honest, we sort of knew that this was probably the one that we were going to get. We did look at that grey one and we did like that grey one. But they were really helpful and they just gave us the keys and let us go and look around them. Right, so this is the one in question. This is what we've just bought. It was up for quite a bit of money, but it's what we want. It's to replace the Kia, which unfortunately has come to the end of its life. But, you know, with us, now we're moving on to something a bit different, something a bit bigger. It's got loads of toys, and I'll run you through them when I get a chance, but now I've got to go home and see my small human. But yeah, so let's go home. So the car we bought is a 2010 Toyota Vellfire, and the reason we went for the Vellfire is we just needed a family car, but I still wanted it to be JDM and I still wanted it to look cool. And I love the fact that on a car that's, you know, 13 years old, still all of the rear end is LED. So firstly, let's just start with the key. I don't know if the camera will make it out, but you've got 5 buttons on there. So you've got the lock and unlock as standard, but you've also got electric tailgate, electric sliding doors. Now, to me, that's instantly a win. Another reason for a family car like the Vellfire is this. We need something that I can put my daughter in, something that I can carry around in safely, but still have plenty of room for the family. So that's a fantastic win for us. So another reason for us to have a Vellfire is the acres of space it offers. Now that doesn't just include inside the seating areas, but you've also got in the back here. Now when you look inside it, it's deceptively large. I don't think deceptively is the right word, I think it's just bloody huge in here, but with quite a bit of ease you can take down the seats. I haven't done this yet. There you go, take down the seats. You can literally lower it down and you now have another seat. So if you just want to stow one. Now with both of the seats in the upright position, you might actually think, well actually it's got a really tiny boot, but you can, under here where it says slide lever, move the seats back and forth from inside the boot, which makes life nice and easy for everybody involved. So now you've got a reasonable sized boot. Another ideal feature of the Vellfire is just having all of that space for the passengers as well. I think it's very much a car that you get driven in as opposed to drive. So if you just want to sit and chill, relax, you can do that quite happily. And another one of my favourite features about this car while relaxing is the ability to just chill out and watch your favourites. Now if you're anything like me, you grew up with Toy Story, so something like this, perfect. So you get to relax, let somebody else drive you, watch one of your favourites. Another perfect feature of the Vellfire is having separate rear air conditioning. there is multiple vents all around the car, so that every passenger, even those in the rear, have got their own air conditioning, as well as the air conditioning in the front. So another couple of cool features that I love about this car, there's that rear room lighting as well, if you want to turn that on and off there. But if you start her up, you have a lovely Japanese lady talk to you from the electric toll card, which is really cool. Or at least I think it is anyway. The other thing I love about the interiors of Japanese cars, especially luxury cars, is how thick these carpets are, and they're all throughout the car as well. Another feature that I really love about Japanese imports is they are kept to such a high standard. When you look inside, you would not believe that this car has done, you know, coming up to 70,000 miles. Every part of it under the bonnet is immaculately clean. Like, even the underside of the bonnet is so clean and tidy. It makes for a much more confident vehicle. So, as I said before, 2.4 litre inline 4. They do come with a 3.5 litre V6, but I am not made of money, and it isn't so much that the cars cost that much more, but it's actually more just the whole fuel side of things. I drove this home about 120 kilometres, and I managed to average 30 miles to the gallon, which in a car that I'm completely unused to, I didn't think was too bad. So first day we got it home, I took it straight to work, put it on the MO2 ramp so I could have a look underneath, and I was genuinely gobsmacked. I mean, look at the condition at the underside of this vehicle. It's 13 years old, it's got 110,000 Ks on it, and there's just the tiniest amount of rust on the exhaust, but everything else is immaculate. You know, you'd think that it was maybe a year or two old on UK roads. Now fortunately the company that I bought the vehicle from have undersealed it, so it should stay well protected. And look, I mean, look at the bottom of the engine. And another thing I love about Japanese imports, this little mirror here. So what a lot of people don't realise is that you've got a mirror just under here which points down at your wheel so you don't curb your wheels, and then there's another mirror on here which you can't really see very well, but that points down at the front of the vehicle so that you don't, you know, nudge something at the front of the car. So as I said before, this particular car has done hang on, just there. So this particular car has done about 110,000 kilometres, so I don't know, 65,000 miles, something along those lines. But to be fair, I like to leave it on the trip just so I can see how many I've done. I've now done about 250 kilometres since I picked the car up. You've got a Japanese head unit which allows for the, you know, the DVD players, things like that. That obviously go in there. You can also put SD cards in there. I will eventually change this out for English speaking ones. The other advantage of Japanese cars is that they are ice cold. The aircon is nearly always working. It's very rare that it doesn't. So for music at the moment, I'm just using this little FM transmitter, which is a T25 off Amazon. To be fair, it is crystal clear. I didn't expect much, but it's actually a really good little bit of kit. So this is cool as well. This is actually your little SIM card for the toll reader, which is down there, and you put it in and basically it allows you to do more roads and stuff in Japan. You've also got all the buttons up here for the side doors and the boot, all to be electric as well. You've got glove box which has got some nice history and manuals in, and then there's a little secondary drawer there as well, which is quite cool. the seats, I know they look a bit funny, but they are insanely comfortable and they are so soft as well. You've got a nice little storage bin down the side of your seats, which is pretty massive. I've got quite a few DVDs and stuff in there already for my daughter, and I've got my battery bank and stuff, so that's pretty massive in there. And you've got a fold-up cup holder if you want it, but if you don't want that, you can literally just pull a lever, comes down. You've got more storage down there, again, a nice reasonable size. You've got a felt-lined coin holder, I guess. But yeah, this is quite a lower spec model. But you still get some really nice toys with it. I just wish I could speak Japanese and get this thing to work more in my favour. Now, some of you are going to say to me, well, why have you bought that? It's not sporty, you know, where's the fun in it? And this isn't about going fast, you know, and it's not a slow car, but it's far from quick. But the realistic sort of expectation of this car is that you can sit, you can feel comfortable, you can relax. And I think it's one of those cars where, you know, if you wanted to, you can go a bit quicker. But, you know, we didn't buy it for that reason. What we bought it for was to just have a nice, relaxing car that when you set off, doesn't make any noise. It's nice and quiet, it's chilled. You know, there is one fault on my car, and that is actually the steering column. There's a worn UJ, but fair play to the dealership. They actually spotted this as well, and they very kindly supplied me with a genuine brand new Toyota one for no cost, and they actually took some money off of it for me as well. So I lost no money having to buy the part. I actually gained some money back. I think we can call that a win safely, don't you? Now, one of the big things about this car is we need to talk about comfort. It's built to be a passenger, but even as a driver, it is a remarkably comfortable place to be. You know, it's so quiet, there's so little road noise, and there is the frustration of that steering column rattle, but that will be going soon enough. I think what a lot of people don't realise is that stuff like this was built for dignitaries, and you know, for people to be ferried around in. Driving something like this is, like I say, on the definitely the more, I don't think boring is the right word, or even mundane. You know, it's a perfectly pleasant place to be, and it drives perfectly pleasantly. I think, you know, more than capable of. I mean, I did, like I said, 120 kilometres in it. I got out, I could have quite happily done that again. And like I say, yes, okay, it's not fast. It's not going to win any drag races, but if you do punch it, it goes, it shifts. You know, you get a bit of speed from it. Now, all of those annoying rattles are not from the car, they're from my daughter's car seat. And I suppose I should have taken them out for the review, really. That would have been the intelligent thing. So we've been using it a couple of days. I've had a family outing in it today. My daughter and wife sat comfortably in the back while watching Toy Story. I was able to sit up front with my music and just do what I would call is not necessarily the dad thing, but I was quite happy in my own little space. They were in their own little space. So what are the alternatives? You could go for something German. So instantly you're looking at VW Transporter, which you're going to double the price. For a vehicle with this many miles, this many features, this level of quality, and the bodywork to be as tidy as it is, you're going to double the price. Your next option, I suppose, staying with Germany, would be something like the Mercedes Vito. Again, not necessarily built as a car first, same as the Transporter. They're built as a van first, and then converted to a people carrying, you know, vehicle later on in its life. Whereas this is built from the factory, ground up, to be something of comfort for multiple people. Now, one of the last party tricks for me for the Vellfire, and I think probably one of the main reasons I wanted to get one, was that you can actually lay all of your seats in the back flat to produce a makeshift sleeping area. Now, it's not perfect, but there's a lot of things that can be done. Some people actually lay the backs all the way flat, but don't kick the bottoms up. But this is the way I've done it for today. Let's have a look and see how comfortable we can make it. So, given all that extra space means that you can put a nice big inflatable double bed in there. And you've still got room in the front for a little bit of storage. Doesn't look like a lot, but you've got that there as well. And you've also got all the space that's behind the seats up the back there. And like I say, if you fold them completely flat, then this will actually move up another foot that way, and it will give you a much larger amount of storage in this end. I legit couldn't have been happier, and I was so comfortable with this setup. I almost fell asleep in the back of the car. So, conclusion, the Vellfire, for me, is exactly what we want. It's something that we can take the kid to school in, take her to all the things she wants to do in. It's comfortable. I think it's JDM. It's, for me, that makes it cool instantly. I can go camping in it. If I want to put the bed up, I can put the bed up. It's not like a temporary thing, but it's a fun, if you want a night away or 2 nights away, just want to get away, it's the perfect thing. So for me, I think the Vellfire is the perfect family car. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, guys. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I make the right choice? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want to share. It does help me out. Catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you.